Hello, hello. Good afternoon. Sorry, today is. I'm sorry, my calendar is still January. It's February 1. Alright? There. Okay, high five. High five, high five. Okay? So, there. Last night I spoke about what you call this corporate theft on withholding taxes from stock corporations and non-stock non-profit corporations. Okay, so withholding taxes from compensation, withholding taxes expanded. Okay. So there. Today I want to talk about being a freelancer here in the Philippines. Okay, so you may be a doctor, you may be a lawyer, an accountant, or any other consultant for that matter, or a freelancer. Okay, so I've got a handful of artist clients. Okay, when we're registered with BIR, what's nice with doing a freelancing work here in the Philippines, we kind of like immediately get registered with BIR without having to undergo like registration with what you call this DTI. Okay, as a single proprietorship business, you have to do that. Okay, so as a freelancer, automatically, immediately you can get registered with BIR without your DTI, even without a DTI and what you call this business permit or from the LGU of jurisdiction. Okay, so there. So I told you I have a handful of artist clients. Initially we get or we apply for our 10 book official receipts. We kind of like have like 10 booklets. Okay, sometimes or most of the time it's been like when there's still an expiration for official receipts, so it's 5 years. Sometimes there are only like three official receipts that have been used for a particular artist, for example. So that's how kind of like there's like scarcity of work as far as artists like me are concerned. Okay, so and sometimes there's not even like an issuance. Okay, we're very glad. I have to tell you this that since July of last year, I guess 2023. Oh, yeah, I can't remember particularly, but 2022, I guess July. Okay, starting that July onwards, July 16, 2022 onwards, all official receipts that have been issued after that don't have an expiry anymore. Okay, we can use the official receipts that you're issued to us even until our second lifetime. All right. So there. Okay. So I have to kind of like, it's not because it's unfair, but I have to address this. Like, for example, official receipts for doctors, lawyers, and large scale consultants. Okay? We small time artists and what you call this, we have a threshold. Like, if you kind of like register or like generate a revenue of like 3 million, more than 3 million, you're automatically vatable. Now, in most cases, there are also small medium enterprises that's sole proprietorship business or like what you call this corporations. Okay, that are initially registered as percentage tax. Okay, so most often freelancers now are registered as that 8% of gross income, for example. Okay, so there from the 8%, there's always a withholding tax anyway. So in lieu of that, we have to obtain like a 2307 from the what you call this the client that we work for. Okay, so but I have to talk about doctors and lawyers and large scale consultants. Okay, so like for example, if you are a doctor, like for example in a hospital, and you kind of like do professional works, okay, as a doctor, like maybe you are a surgeon or anesthesiologist or anything for that matter, okay, you are paid so much by the hospital, okay, of your professional fees, and I heard and a lot of them are not actually issuing official receipts. Okay, I don't know if the hospital uh, kind of like whatever that whatever that they get from the patients, okay, from various doctors' fees are declared as revenues, okay, as part of other income of the hospital operations. If not, then they should be, well, before they actually disperse this to the concerned doctors, for example, then they should kind of like ask for official receipts so that that can be used as the well, they can declare as revenue, and there's also like recognition of a cost account for the matter, cost and or expense account. Cost, maybe it's a cost, yeah, because it's well, if it's a like material, well, we can like classify it as an operating expense, okay, part of the operating or administrative expense. All right, so there, so there are also lawyers, okay, that get registered as freelancers also, okay. So you can actually like apply as like the usual requirements for ordinary or regular freelancers, or average, or what you call this, small time freelancers, okay. uh, well, as I said, okay, when you say we do we go directly to BIR, we don't need to be registered with DTI, for example, and City Hall. However, if you kind of like do a practice as a lawyer in an office or in a very conspicuous office, for example, and then you do notary, for example, then when the time you get registered as like a partnership or a partnership or a single proprietorship business, that you kind of like practice into that notarial services, okay. But if you kind of like work um, on like a usual freelancer like us, for example, like my artist clients, then you can get registered as Mr. XYZ, okay, directly to BIR, okay. So, and other large scale consultants, okay. There are consultants that make billions, make millions of money, okay, and there are actually lawyers that are, yeah, making money as well into that. So, I hope that you also get official receipts and like issue official receipts for that matter. Well, if there are on occasions that the official receipts are not needed by the client, well, if it's individual, then that's alright. But if it's a corporation, for example, or if it's a company that need ORs, okay, like us, there are clients that do not need official receipts, for example. So that's when the time you kind of like, you know, but if the amount is like material and it involves like a million, then we have to declare that, okay, because it's material, okay. And yeah, doctors, especially doctors and lawyers, because your professional fees are like going to that average or averaging like into that millions, okay. But as artist clients, oh my god, it's like average well 1,000 to kind of like 10,000, or maybe as big as 50,000, okay. So there, okay, that's a good news actually, that even doctors and lawyers for that matter, and large scale consultants, you can get registered as a freelancer immediately to BIR, okay. So it's a mistake also, okay. I have a client, well, in Bulacan, for example, in Bulacan, she's a doctor, and she holds a clinic in a very conspicuous place in the community, and then his OR is actually under his name, so it's like a freelancer, okay. It's like, yeah, but he has like clinic, okay. where patients actually go there on a daily basis. Okay, so I don't know how it's supposed to be done, but it's clear that business you have you're accessible and you have it's your clinic is conspicuous, then you're supposed to be registered as a single proprietorship business. Okay, and then have some sort of like registration also with the local barangay and the city hall of jurisdiction for business permits. Okay, so there, klaro yun. Large scale consultants. Okay, if you have an office, if you have an office that's very accessible, because you can actually, but all others that all other consultants and doctors maybe and freelancers or lawyers that work on per project basis, and at the same time you hold office in the house, maybe you can qualify as a freelancer, like, yeah, that get registered immediately to BIR. But if you hold a clinic or a law firm, for example, or do notarial services and large scale consultants having a consultant office in in an office in a building, for example, in a commercial building, like for example, you have like what an office in Regis, for example, it's a virtual office in Gateway Mall, then you should be registered as like a single proprietorship business. Okay, and well, doctors also, and because this has been the concern for like how many years, and well, especially because your professional fees are so massive and are massive, and at the same time quite uh, quite huge an amount. Then you guys should actually get an official receipt, well, obtain an official receipt as a freelancer. Okay, because we can't understand why you guys don't actually issue official receipts when you are paid with the hospital. Okay, because there are doctors that work as consultant doctors. Okay, they're not actually employees of the hospital, but you guys do not issue official receipts. Okay, I heard of so many doctors in hospitals that are in clamor of that. So let's be fair, because we artists, like, we pay, even like we make a little of like 1,000 or 5,000 a project. We are actually withheld taxes already. Okay, so there. So well, as long as you are not actually holding an office or a clinic or a consulting office that's very conspicuous and in the community, are like, for example, and you can get tax maps, well, you can register as a freelancer. Okay, immediately to BIR. You pass DTI and City Hall, and yeah, that's good news because the business permits are like also quite huge an amount to pay on a yearly basis. Okay, so that's indeed good news, and yeah, there. And so I guess what's your responsibility. Okay, we can't be evading taxes all the time. Okay, because you guys make a lot of money. Okay, so there, especially large scale consultants. Okay, you guys should have your ORs as well. Okay, so how to do that? Don't worry, because as a freelancer, you can immediately go to BIR and get registered. You pass DTI and City Hall. That's especially with business permits. They're quite medyo mahal din, and it's like an ordinary sari store here in Quezon City. I think they're paying like 30,000 for an annual business permit, and yeah, how much more if you hold a law firm, for example, a trial service business, or a clinic, for example. Okay, so there. I hope you guys are gonna get registered as well, because you guys are the ones that are making a lot of money indeed. Okay, so there. Today is February 1, and this is Teacher Felbert of Sanctuary for the Humbled. Okay, I am 49 years old, and I'm an artist, teacher, filmmaker. I freelance as internal and external auditor, and I do forensic accounting as well. Okay, so there, I'm kind of like lifeless because I'm feverish. Okay, so because of the sobriety questing, all that, it's like all the toxins are being coughed out, and I kind of like I am exhausted. Yeah, I hope I can like uh, uh, go to Cubao earlier and walk because I needed that. Okay, so that's all, and good afternoon again. Okay, this is Felbert again, teacher Felbert. I love you, Cubao. Bye bye.